up, everyone? Welcome back to Is It Me? We're on our 4th episode here. We got Josh Shapiro in the building. He's our recurring guest. And I'm your host, Michelle Forrester. We've got Matthew Borgelli on the ones and twos. I just learned what that meant. And today's guest is one of my very favorite people. So funny. Give it up for Samson David.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got to speak in the mic, Samson.
Thank you, gentlemen.
How you doing?
I'm good. You?
Good. This is like a very fancy blue sweater you're wearing.
Yeah, it was actually supposed to be given to my other brother. My mom prefers him. And then he ended up giving it to me.
I didn't even know you had a...
Still give it to him first.
Yeah, it was given to him. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a hand-me-down?
It's basically a drop shift Hanukkah gift.
Drop shift?
Sorry, drop shift.
Oh,
drop
yeah,
shift.
it's true, you guys. Shana Tova, right?
Shana Tova.
Yeah.
Shana Tova. I always say it wrong.
What, 57,
Yeah.
76?
I don't know. I asked Amber. He said it was like 1412. I think.
What does that mean?
So, sorry.
Why does Amber know?
Sorry for
He
sorry
went
for
to
name
Israel.
dropping.
He went to Israel once?
Well, no, now
He's a good Muslim. He's a good
Is he
Lebanese friend of ours. Well, I think in different religions.
Lebanese friend of
Can I,
yours,
actually,
maybe.
can I ask? I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to ask everyone, but it's how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Never.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but were you listening here?
I sweat in my sleep thinking about it.
Was it what?
No, what were you saying before? You were saying numbers. Were you saying like a year? I said Shana Tova.
Oh,
and then you said...
so it's the new year.
Oh.
So we're in the year 5,700 and something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Whereas my Italian uncle calls it Hoshalaga.
Okay, so it was just Yom Kippur, right? No?
No, Rosh
Rosh Hashanah. And then Yom
Kippur's
Kippur is next week. Or in a few
when
weeks.
is it?
Listen, I'm a Greek Orthodox. Right.
Did you go to temple?
No, I did a show Friday night.
Sick.
He headlined at Art Love.
That's my crew now, man. I'm a comedian, you know. That's my group of people now, man.
That's your clan?
Comedians and agnostic philosophers.
Okay.
Yeah. Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris. They're like famous intellectuals that you might have seen on Joe Rogan. But yeah.
Cool.
That's the kind of stuff that I've been to.
Did you like celebrate with your family at all or no?
I was.
Or you were like, I got a headline.
Aunts. I was invited to my aunt's, but she also calls me once a year drunk. So, and then says I can kiss her and she won't tell anyone.
Wait,
so.
is that real?
That did happen once. She's like, which was kind of risky because she called the house phone number. So I'm still living at home. Samson.
Someone's on the other one.
Probably my dad.
Oh my
He's like
God.
crack smoking with Rob Ford in his office.
Drinking off there, telling you that.
Oh God. I didn't know you had a brother. You have a brother?
Yeah, I've my mom has a first marriage.
Okay.
Her ex-husband is actually in prison for life.
Okay.
Because he was like a wannabe gangster. It's kind of crazy.
Okay.
And but we were all like raised in the same family. So like my half siblings, like I would never call them my half sibling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just an unnecessary.
It seems like a
distance.
weird thing to like put on people, right?
Yeah,
like,
my brother's
'cause
wife
you have a
calls me
sister
that,
that's
though. Yeah, she's
technically
just my
people would
sister.
call a half sister.
She's a half
yeah.
sister, but she's just
your sister. But it's like, what consists of like a full sister? You know what I mean? I guess.
Both parents
No,
are the
I
same.
know, I get it, but
You know
like,
what's stupid? Like Facebook lets you do
but
that.
it's like if you came out of the same vagina to me, you're like your blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
My sister
Exactly.
didn't come out of the same vagina.
Well, I can't
as
have
me.
my dad's penis, but
She came out of the same ball sack. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. Ball sack, vagina.
Okay, one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Actually, no. Maybe she is your half sister. No, just kidding.
She came out
That's
of
like
the
the
other
next.
nut.
That's like the next like feminist movement. It's just like completely, or like the next movement that the left does. You know how they like banned like Mother's Day, like they banned like all these terms,
what's the left? No, I'm joking.
and it's like the next one that they come after like half siblings.
No, but Facebook's annoying because like, okay, like I stupidly once did decide, okay, I'm gonna use the accurate given titles for family members that they offer you, you know? So I actually once did half brother for my brother who lives in North Carolina, who we speak to like maybe once every 10 years.
Okay.
Then he calls me, he's like, is that what I mean to you? I was like, okay, on one hand, you're my brother, but on the other hand, like, fucking give me a fucking call. You know, like,
Yeah.
just let, you
How
know,
often do you call him?
Yeah.
about once a year, but no, we try to keep in touch. Yeah, no, they're doing well. He used to live in LA actually, and then they moved to North Carolina. They just adopted 2 kids.
Nice.
And turns out one of
What
his
kind?
What kind?
Yeah.
I don't know, human beings? I don't know.
Are they half kids?
Yes. Well, they're both like blonde. Like I think they specifically wanted blonde kids because his wife is blonde. So that like kind of tricks them, you know. Like,
See, I'm glad I asked what kind.
Yeah, blonde.
Sounding a little suspicious,
Yeah.
not gonna lie. But
No, but yeah. So, but turns out like one of his kids is like a possible genius.
Okay.
that's
Crazy.
awesome.
Sick.
So like he's like 7 years old. He was at my aunt's
So you
cottage.
take the blonde ones.
I think maybe
He's a half genius.
that was on the
Yeah,
catalog,
I
and
guess so.
they assigned an IQ by race. No, I'm kidding. But basically, yeah, this fucking kid like fixed my fucking TV. Like I don't know, like he's like 7 and he's like wiring things. I'm an
an
aspiring.
The kid just plugged in an HDMI cord.
Yeah, for me, this is like holy shit. An actual electrician is like impressed. I'm like, is that a 214 or a 2W? Or is that a 212? No, he's a very smart kid, big kid too. He's like he's almost my size, which okay, let's be honest,
okay.
I'm not a big guy, but
Like big, like tall, or like big, like just everywhere.
he's like generally big boned. Like he's a big fucker.
How big is his dick? Just kidding.
Don't get me started.
Just tell me it's not a half dick.
I shouldn't say that as his uncle, but anyways,
I mean,
like the last person who should be making dick jokes about my nephew.
well, your aunt kind of,
you know,
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's an alcoholic. So. Okay. Listen,
Yeah.
you know, everyone has their own thing, you know.
I mean, sober incest, kind of weird. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly,
good point.
weirdly enough, yes. Yeah. Weirdly
drunk
enough.
incest.
Well, that's like the
It
British. Well, the
happens.
British monarch. So what was that? Sorry, what?
He said drunk incest. I said it happened.
Yeah. Listen, shit happens.
Yeah. Okay, so Samson, some of the questions I've been asking, one of the questions I've asked, do you feel like, do you struggle with depression, anxiety, all that fun stuff?
I used to suffer like all the time, like between the like years of like my birth up until like I would say 2018, like it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And like now I literally just take Xanax. Like my friend,
Okay, so
kind of a simple solution. No, my friend who's a lawyer who has anxiety too. Like I always like talk to him. We would text. He's like making like 7 figures in Pennsylvania now, but I was busy smoking hash when I was at McGill, so that's like the 2 paths that we went on. But anyways, he just texted me one day. He's like, he wrote, "Try Xanax, fuck," like the way I would write it.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then it actually works. You know, it like if some people like weed, like if weed works for you, then that's great. You know, like
Yeah.
I actually envy people that can be
Yeah.
fun. Like Seth Rogen smokes a joint and writes like 7 movies.
yeah.
You know, like I smoke a joint and just fucking jack off all day. So, so it was, you know, it wasn't working. but-
It's
yeah.
productive.
The only thing about Xanax is you can't abuse it. Like if you actually take it accordingly. Like I know a guy who was in a gulag. He's like in his 90s. Like is one of my dad's like business friends or associates or whatever. And the guy's been on Ativan for like 30 years straight. They never increased his dose. So like if they've never increased his dose, then you know it means if he's taking it accordingly, like you know he's not doing blow on the weekends. You know.
Yeah.
like
He's
a-
just taking
he's
a
like
one
90-year-old
pill a
man.
day.
For
Yeah.
the past 30 years, he's actually been taking it. So
Just
Yeah.
for like PTSD.
yeah, literally. I mean, fuck. He used to. I heard a story once. He had to, like escape a gulag and like crawl through like 7 feet of snow to find wood and boil it in the hopes that he would get like vitamins out of it. You know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you ever like think about those situations? Like I feel like I would just die. Like I would just like I don't think I have like the mental or physical fortitude to like get through it. Like I feel like someone was like walk through 7 feet of snow. I'd be like, no.
Well, it was a different.
I'll
wor-
take
it-
the alternative.
It was a different world back then, you know, like
Yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
20s, like, you know, like socially everybody was different. Like if you were to fall on your face as a kid in like the 1910s and you have like a scrape on your face, your own mother and doctor would be like, okay, so we're going to make you wear a Phantom of the Opera mask and not bring shame to the family
Right.
while you're on a leash.
literally
It's
saving
like-
face.
Yeah, it was just like a different time back
While
then.
you're on a leash.
Yeah.
Do you talk about it very like enviously? Do you wish that you were from a different time?
It's so hard to say. I mean, it's always like a trade-off, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. For sure.
Like that
I
old-
feel like
yeah.
this time is good for you.
Honestly, like, I'm having a good time, you know.
It's like I'm having a great time.
I'm not in a fucking gulag. So,
Yeah, honestly, if you're not in a gulag, anything is brighter. So no,
I have the keys
asked,
to my downstairs neighbor's apartment, so I use his washer and dryer when he's not home. I mean, you know.
do you actually do that?
How the fuck can I complain, you know? No, I literally at my key, dude. I literally did this actually happened once. I came home pissed drunk from your comedy club, and I opened the door. I'm not even kidding. And it opened, and I'm like, "There's all this lavish furniture everywhere." I was like, "Did fucking something happen?" I was in another person's apartment.
Okay, wait.
Day.
You're like an interior decorator, just like manifested.
Yeah, I was like,
okay, but wait. Okay, so you just showed up and. So you took your key and it so happens that it opens the downstairs apartment.
The fucking idiots who run the building that I live in didn't give a different key for the other person who lives in that building.
Okay, so now sometimes you go in there and use their washer
No,
dryer.
not anymore. No, because one time the guy was in his bed. So like, I opened the door, I saw a guy like, and then I instantly closed the door. We're out the fuck out of there.
Okay, but wait, there was, okay, because washing and drying your clothes takes like approximately total like 5 hours.
I took a shower in there once.
How did
There's
you?
no evidence.
How did you? There's no evidence.
No, like, you don't use a dryer, there's lint.
Yeah.
Like, I took the lint out, you know, I'm not stupid, you know. Like,
Yes, you had to be considerate, if not anything.
no, I always say I could have been a secret agent. I should join the Mossad or something.
But that's what I'm saying. Were you anxious the whole time you were trying to do the low?
No.
Oh.
No, this is why
I need to be on Xanax.
Just breaking the people.
Do you want some? I have a bunch of them. I'll take one. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you took a shower. Wow.
Just don't snort it though, because then you'll literally pass out.
Yeah.
What?
Anyways,
Well, how do you?
I have snorted Xanax before. It's crazy.
How do we?
It's insane.
How do you guys think that this started of the snorting? Was it just because coke were snorting, so then everyone else was like, all the other drugs we can
It
do?
hits you differently. Everything, and it hits you faster.
Because it goes right to your brain.
Immediate, yeah. And like
Is that how
absorbs
it works? I don't understand any. Like, is that or? Because okay, so when you obviously when you inject, it goes right into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Right. When you smoke, it's going through your lungs and then into your blood, so it takes a little bit longer,
exactly.
right? And then when you ingest it, it's like going through.
It's actually a different drug.
A different drug. Yes. Where did I hear this from? I heard this on a podcast recently. It's a different drug.
Edibles, because the process is different.
Yeah. Okay, so you metabolize it and then it goes into your bloodstream. And then so in your nose, it's just going. Is it going right to your brain?
You know what the fucking thing about your nose is that I didn't know, because I had nose surgery. As you guys are, I think you guys are.
Yes.
I posted on my Instagram like a picture of me, like blood fucking draining down. It turns out if you get an infection in your nose, we're so poorly designed as human beings. Like God's master plan apparently was that if you get a really serious nose infection, it could very easily go straight to your brain, and then you get meningitis, and then you're fucked.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't.
God, now you just gave me a new fear.
I'm like that record player guy from Tenacious D.
Don't do it, man.
No, it's like, yeah, but I would not recommend it.
Okay.
No, one night we were all leaving a party, and my friend took his dad's Tesla, and and he was literally passed out on Xanax and drinking at the party on the floor, passed out. He woke up and he's like, all right, let's all go. And he drove us. We're driving. He doesn't have a license. Okay.
An alarm rang on his phone.
Well, we're more, yeah, pretty much. We're more people in the car than we should be. There's girls sitting on people's laps. Okay.
Classic.
We get to a red light. We look left and it's just a cop car. And then we just look forward. We're like, let's just keep going. And then immediately lights turn on, and they go, and we're sitting there. I immediately get out of the car. I'm like, I'm sitting in the front. I have my seatbelt on. Nobody's sitting on me. I don't want to be a part of this. They all got tickets in the back for no seatbelts. So I move away. But then they're talking to my friend.
What did you got out of the car and you just walked away?
I just walked like a few steps away. And they didn't come to me. They didn't talk to me. There were no problems with me.
So quote his publicist, I distanced myself from this.
Yeah, I distanced myself from the event. And then they get there.
That's smart. I didn't even know you could do that.
And they go, can we see your license, please? And he's like, sure. And he just goes. He passes them a learner's permit. And they go, this isn't a license. And he's like, I know, I didn't say it was. And then they called it, and it's just proof that being rich gets you out of anything.
Yeah.
They called his dad. They didn't. We
Well,
left.
just the fact that you got out of the car
Yeah.
and were able to like make movements
Exactly.
and like literally get out of the car.
Oh, if it was some
If it
racist
was-
cop and you were
yeah.
like some black guy, the guy would have fucking tackled you.
Over. It's over.
It
Exactly.
would have been
Yeah,
over. Yeah.
So then we get out, the situation ends, they tow the car away, we take a cab. We're like, all right, let's just go back to his place now. We all just snorted Xanax all night. That first part didn't really matter, but yeah, that's when I snorted Xanax.
Yeah.
And then I had a job the next day that I was starting. I did not show up.
Wow.
Dude, the hangover
Rich
is like
kids party like on a
underestimated.
different level.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
imagine getting pulled over in a Tesla. Like, can't even open the door. That's Kira Carlton's joke, but you can't even open the door.
Have I been in a Tesla?
I've been
Oh,
in
no, I
so
test
many because I take
test
so
drove
many
one once.
Ubers, and all the Ubers
They're
now
all
are
Teslas
Teslas.
now.
Have you ever done that? Where you go to a car dealership for like a car you could absolutely not afford and be like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this Bentley. You mind if I go for a little just test drive? You know, maybe I'll buy it. You know,
I've never ever done a test drive.
You
and
can drive a fucking
Yeah.
amazing car for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't have a
do
license.
they
but,
go
like,
with you?
Yeah, there's a guy in the car. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Teslas, they have those giant screens. So it's basically like an iPad in every car. It's pretty sick. You know?
Yeah, I love when I get a Tesla because I do like to fart in the back of Teslas. it's like kind of like my revenge on Elon Musk, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Not really, but no,
Why has it become like nobody likes Elon?
I don't think nobody likes
Or, like,
him.
obviously, a lot of people fucking
I think
love him.
people have like. Look, I think some people associate him with with the things that he did, like when he bought Twitter, and like now it's X,
Okay.
and it's kind of like
Yeah,
why is it
what was the
X?
X thing for? Apparently, his
I don't
child's name
know.
is also X.
Yes, I don't know what
Is that
that
he doesn't want to
is.
get canceled? Like my child he's not even a human.
I don't
no
know.
gender,
I think
no identity, just X.
I think a lot of the things that he did on Twitter where like you could fact check, you could like you know all the little things
Yeah,
where like people
I
are
think
tweeting
that's
it,
great.
and then there was like a thing where it was like this is not right, you know, this is like this has been like kind of flagged as like possible
And they
misinformation.
say the actual thing that happened.
And then they say like, and they correct it and stuff. I think that was like cool and interesting.
The Maui fires. There was the video of the laser
Yeah.
beam, and then there's the thing underneath. This is actually
Yeah.
a video from this year, this time.
yeah,
this
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And I like that because it like some of his tweets even got flagged by by the algorithm. And so I like that like kind of like objectivity that he's like implemented. But he's kind of just like, I think his version of like freedom of speech is very close to like perhaps like what people consider the alt-right, and so they just kind of put him in that
fair.
in that
I just think he's a weirdo. He's
I'm
just
just-
an
He is a weirdo.
autistic weirdo. That's
also
it.
who
I've
buys
just-
Twitter, like that's just so weird, like to just like buy like an individual just like buying
There's
Twitter.
definitely something he's gonna do with it. There's
Yeah.
definitely
Well,
something,
now it's
you know?
X, so it's
Yeah.
like, what
And
is it
also
gonna be?
Leaking all of the like contact between Twitter, old owners, and like politicians, and showing what was actually
Yeah.
happening. That was crazy. That was like,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm not
Twitter
even
files
on
are
Twitter.
wild.
I find the whole thing so political.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I made a decision at one point in time, like in recent time, that like I'm just a retard. Like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, because I used to because people overestimate how smart we are all the time. Like, you ever hear?
Well, we
like,
don't have all the information, and people get really upset about things, and it's those conversations are just proof of like you don't even know, like that's a world we're not even privy to,
Yeah.
and it's like we're never gonna know the truth, we're never gonna know what's going on, we're never gonna
100%.
fucking know. So why are we getting all like fucking angry about things? I think treat people by their behaviors, not by what they say, and that's it.
I fully agree.
And if they're shitty, hold them accountable. That's fine. I'm fine with holding
Yeah.
people accountable. Right?
I would hope so.
Do you use a special pen for the ink to come off quicker, or is it just any pen and whenever
Oh, when
the
I
ink
write
comes
shit
off?
on my hand for like stand up and stuff. I was worried about that for a while because I Googled like ink induced poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I basically just read the pharmaceutical Merck manual every day because I'm a hypochondriac. But yeah, so it's like
We'll put a link in the bio.
Yeah, but no, it turns out your skin like sheds. So like your cells that die, skin that sheds off. So
Yeah.
Unless you get a tattoo where it goes deep into your skin.
Okay.
If you write on your hand, then basically like it doesn't go into your system.
No.
Or it's such an insignificant amount. Plus, like
Yeah.
after a show, I always wash my hands and like
Okay.
Purell it the
Yeah.
shit off, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Well, my dad used to hate, like when I used to write on my hands, he hated the look of it. He's like, it looks like I don't know, whatever. He was hung up on the way it looked.
Also, a terrible memory in general. It's actually a problem.
And I disagreed. I don't think it looks any kind of way. I think it's whatever. But
So
he's
I got
kind
to
of old school like
university.
that.
I mean, dude, I had a history exam on Chernobyl. I went to the washroom, like had piles of notes. I was like just reading shit off Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And there's a guy like banging on my door, like the intertrivilator.
Yeah, invigilator. Yeah.
Invigilator. But he's not legally allowed to like look to see you looking at it. But if you're in there for like 20 minutes, you know, like
They put the pieces together.
you're probably just cheating on an exam. Then the guy was like, empty your pockets. I'm like, dude, you can't fucking tell me what to do. I just went back to my desk and I did well on my exam. You know, I'm like,
see, this is what I love. Like you, same as you. You guys just when
dude, some guy
when
who's 1
authority
year older
tells
than
you to do something, you guys just don't do it.
Bro,
like
he's 1 year older than me.
great.
He's
I
getting
wish I
paid
was-
$14 an hour to be invigilator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start taking my shoes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Like I'm at the airport. Like fuck off.
okay, so before pre-Xanax, did you lean more depression or lean more anxiety?
It was always just this is how I figured it out. Like, so I've been misdiagnosed like depression, but it was actually anxiety, which then impedes on one's ability to eat and sleep. And then if you don't eat and sleep for enough days in a row, you get burned out. And then when you're burned out, you look like a depressed person.
Yep.
So when you show up to a psychiatrist's office, like looking like you haven't slept and you're tired and looking depressed, they're like, you know, some doctors after 20 minutes, they'll just diagnose you. You know? So, you know.
So, but okay, so it sounds like you leaned more anxiety.
Well, I think it's proven it. You know, I'm taking an anti-anxiety medication that medically prescribed, and it makes me enjoy
you go into strangers' homes and take showers. So
I went to like Provigo the other day. When I first got on the Xanax, like the relief was an instant difference. I was throwing shit into other aisles. Like I was fucking around.
Did you wait?
I was going up to random people on the street and
Was the
saying hi to
grocery
them.
store difficult for you pre-Xanax? Like when you went to the grocery store, did you get anxiety?
I just was always a more like neurotic guy, and it turns out when I subtract that from the equation, like
Throwing shit around.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Now I'm just unhinged.
He's just doing whatever.
You're just a menace.
To quote my biological father, Pecker, it means nothing to me. Yeah, you know, that's my new philosophy now.
It means nothing to me.
Things that would cause me anxiety that I have no control over, that intuitively don't actually matter that much. Like, if you're not on medication, your mind is like a dog pulling you forward. You get into like a psychosis where you're just in a state of mind where now I feel like the dog, which is my sanity, is walking alongside me. You know what I mean? So I think I'm a good candidate for what's currently going on. Yeah, I think my doctor did a good job. Took him about 15 years, but yeah.
Like he figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, you are someone that the doctor would probably assume would just want the drugs for fun. So they have to like really confirm that you like aren't just an anxious.
No, I
dude.
make sure not to abuse. No, because I don't want to abuse it, right? Because if I abuse it, then like next thing you know, I need more and more and more, and then there goes my 30-year plan.
Right. Damn, you have a 30-year plan?
Well, like the guy that I know who's been on Ativan for 30 years. Yeah, no, I don't
you have a built-in 30-year plan for
I don't
sure.
have a 5-minute plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, no, just because I usually ask the guests, like, do you lean more anxiety? Do you lean more depression? And do you have a vice? Do you have any vices?
I mean,
Or
it's
many?
like, for me to call something a vice, it has to have like significantly destructive implications on someone's life.
Absolutely, I would agree.
And I don't think I've ever gone into that quicksand with any of the substances and things that I've done.
I kind of disagree. Like, at least the way I just see vices. Like, because the thing is that you guys just are seeing it that way.
Yeah.
I see vice just as like something that you use as either like an escape or like a recreational thing or like like I see video games as a vice or any like thing
like just
that
something that you like indulge in that you know is bad for you.
Yeah, like
It's kind of how I see
like,
advice.
If I feel like I have a low self-esteem sometimes, you know, if playing jazz flute doesn't do the trick, I might watch 600-Pound Life. Or just like reality TV.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch reality.
Like,
reality TV is my
just
vice.
to compare myself to people in this world that are just totally fucked. I don't like that these shows exist. I mean, like I was telling my mom, like, dude, there was this show I saw. I don't remember the name of the show, but let me just turn my phone off. They bring a child on the show with their family. Okay? You might know the name of the show better than I do because I saw one episode, but there's a family on the show, and I think her name is Kelly Ripa, Regis and Kelly, right? Kelly Ripa. She's the host. And, you know, I mean, she does a great job and everything, but the show itself, like the writers of the show were like immoral as fuck. Because there's this family where there's this little boy and like they're just like a middle class family, and they ask the child, here are your two options. Option A is a pile of money, $50,000. Option B, a giant teddy bear. And the family's not allowed to be like, "Get the fucking money," you know, to the kid, right? And the audience is like, oh no, what's the kid gonna do? And this family, like, you know, I'm not gonna go into detail, but they look like they could use the $50,000, you know?
Yeah.
And the kid then doesn't know what to do because the kid's like 5 fucking years old. And then the host is like, okay, well, I'll come walk with you. Which one do you want? And then she asks him first, do you want the teddy bear? She didn't say, pick one or the other. You could pick this one or that one. Do you want that one? Do you want this one? She points at the teddy bear and she goes, do you want the teddy bear? And he goes, yeah. And he touches the teddy bear. And the audience is like laughing. And like, I'm watching this, like, this is like fucking satanic. Like this is like one of the most immoral shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I hope their studio explodes.
Okay. But so going back, so you watch like reality TV about people's lives that you perceive or have it worse than you, I guess?
Well, I mean, like most
Because like
of them
my
are,
600-pound life, what is I've never seen that show. What is the point of that show?
I don't
It's
even know
just
if
a
it's still on
show-
the air, but
Is it just a show like...
It's a doctor who like deals with really fat people, and then they just like.
Well, you're
look at their
underestimating
lives.
really fat. Like they're like some of these people look like they're in X-Men.
No, yeah,
Meaning?
it's like another level, like fatter than like anyone who is around us ever,
Obesity,
ever.
morbid obesity.
Okay.
But like, yeah, morbid, like even
Right.
past morbidly obese, like
Right.
just such a crazy, like 600 pounds.
Right.
You
Um,
can't get on the show if you're
And are there
5'9"
people
though.
that
you
are there
know?
people that are like they find happiness in that?
no,
existence?
it's almost like an
like a-
animal documentary. It's like,
Ooh.
look at how they live.
That's
Look at how
cra-
they walk
that's-
around.
that's
Look at how
sick.
they shower.
Yeah, well, listen. I mean,
That's
look.
really sick.
Yeah, the craziest is like the.
That's really also just like so terrible.
This is what's so weird. My
'Cause
mom
it's like-
likes watching these
it's
shows.
like
She's the
maybe
nicest
it's-
person. I
But
don't know why
maybe
the fuck
it's
she
like,
like
but maybe
watches it.
they're happy. Don't you think they could be happy?
No, they're
like,
not happy. But it's whatever. That's like it's a real thing, and it's
Yeah.
good that we know that people live like that, and we know like
But we're
that's how they have to
exploiting
live.
them.
But we're not exploiting them. What do you want to just fucking let them fucking fester?
Well, no, the show is exploitative.
why?
Exploitative. Because it's like its purpose is not necessarily to be like
Well, no,
educational.
The doctor's trying to help them. The
Oh,
doctor's
okay.
trying to get them to lose weight.
Okay,
Yeah, but he's
it's
kind of
still
an asshole, too,
exploitative.
though.
He's an asshole,
But that's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying. Okay, well then then you're exploiting someone's life and someone's hardship.
Here's another thing about
so
that
that a
show.
guy on Xanax can feel a little bit better one night. No, I'm just kidding.
You know,
Like,
there's like the-
I don't judge you for watching it. I just think that the production of that show, just like you were saying, the kid,
listen,
which by the way, the little kid one too. That's insane. That's a bunch of people watching a family like lose $50,000,
Yeah.
like that
Dude,
they
I was
really
furious.
need.
But you only see one. You ever see an episode where they take the money?
I've only seen one episode where the kid chooses a fucking
sure it
teddy
was a
bear
show.
that I saw at Walmart for like.
You're yelling at the TV.
Dude, I was furious. I was like, "This is evil." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up fucking
Well,
evil.
I
Hey,
think
you know, they should
a
have-
lot
they
of
should have
those
said, "Here's the
reality
teddy
style
bear, but we'll still
televisions
give you-
are
we'll
not
still
good
give you
for
$1,000 or something." They should have given them some money still, you know? Then my mom watching there with a bowl of cookies like, wow, they did fly them to LA for free. It's like, yeah, you know, the flight back is going to be fucking horrible. Plus, when this kid grows up, like there's a video of him when he's 5 years old not choosing $50,000. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck them.
yeah, yeah. But psycho.
I'm talking about the family. No, I'm kidding. The show.
I think that it's all about the process of how they do it, and the process I doubt is good.
Yeah, and it's never good.
Yeah.
Reality TV, even like the glitzy, like glamoury, like the selling sunset, the selling like all those like, or like where it's like really a lot of hot people. Like I feel like my 600-pound life and that show, those are like the A&E, right? Like I feel like A&E did that, like intervention and like all these things where you're like these kind of like where you're like weirdly like getting off on watching other people suffer.
Yeah, of course.
And then there's like the reality TV, like Bravo and all that stuff. Even then, they're like manipulating them behind, like manipulating them the entire season.
The only reality
there's
shows
no
that I like, though-
morality in it, but I love reality.
The only ones
TV,
that I like are moral are the ones where like something actually good generally happens.
right.
Like for example, like I used to like
Extreme Home
Steve
Movie?
Wilkos. I used to like watching because like he was just like an ex-cop or something or ex-Navy, whatever the fuck, and he would face a guy who's like undeniably an asshole. And then like, you know, sometimes they'd be like, okay, we're going to bring you to a prison and do like a sort of scared straight type of thing and try to fix this guy. Or, you know, like I like lie detector test shows because if you're revealed to be a liar, then fuck you, you know. Maury Povich is the weirdest one because it's like you see a guy who's not pregnant, and now you're doing like Cirque du Soleil backflips. Like, it's like.
Well, Moripovich was interesting because it certainly targeted a specific demographic of people, and then kind of made it like crowds were like wooing. If you're like, you are not the father, you know what I mean? It was terrible for women. I don't know that it was great for
That's why I like
I don't
Jerry.
know that it was great for the demographics that it represented.
It definitely went both sides. Like sometimes they would be on the mom's side, sometimes they would be on the dad's side.
For sure.
It's just really like.
But it perpetuated this idea that women are always trying to trap men into
100%.
pregnancy, which is like. And then it's just like this like rich white guy making so much money off all of it. Like it's weird. But anyway, okay, we're getting off topic. I wanted to talk to you about.
Are we off topic? I don't even know what topic we're on.
I don't even know what we're doing.
You have anxiety or depression?
Do you have anxiety or depression? It seems like you have neither.
Imagine you walk into the therapist's office, you're physically like.
Is there an instance? Do you have like an instance of like when you were an asshole and you didn't know it and someone had to tell you? And do you agree now that you were an asshole, or were you not an asshole?
I've lived a pretty perfect life now. No,
Why? That's a Mike Mayo voice you do.
No, that was a Donald Trump impression, but it kind of sounds like Stewie also. I don't know.
Your Mike Mayo and your Donald Trump are very similar. Well, it's a good Donald Trump.
Oh,
my
my Mike Mayo impression is it's like yeah, I once sucked a guy's dick and I'm not even gay. It's just stupid.
Get the fuck off me, man.
Did I miss Mike Mayo?
Were you ever an asshole?
Yeah, of course.
No, were you ever an asshole, or did you do something and you didn't realize you were an asshole?
Yeah, without realizing. Yeah,
without realizing.
Yeah, no. So generally, in my, I'm not the kind of guy like okay, I don't seek to fuck people over or anything.
Right.
But I have accidentally, right?
Okay.
So
that's fair.
Okay, so my friend got married recently, and his bachelor party was in Tremblant. Which is fucking sick. I mean, the amount of money I had to spend to be part of this was way overpriced. Like,
yeah.
Because then you get to the party and all of his friends have there was like Molly, Blow, and I'm like, I didn't fucking invest in this. Yet I paid the same entry fee to be part of the bachelor party, and the strippers didn't show up because they got lost. So what they did was it was
strippers
so stupid.
are usually really like resourceful.
So we actually went. His father and his friends tried bribing or like paying the wait staff from like Ribbon Reef who were there for catering to just get drunk with us and strip for us.
Oh my god.
We got this close to getting them fucked up.
No way.
To the point where we tried getting the waitresses to just fuck around with us.
Yeah.
And I thought this was all fun and games. Then my friend's like, okay, so now we're gonna watch you fuck her. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
What?
Yeah, they wanted to watch.
Why you?
No.
Because I'm the comedian.
No.
Thing. You know, like they wanted.
This is some guy shit.
So
I'm gonna
50-year-old
fuck her
Jewish
for a
guy's
joke.
like, come on. Just like watching me fuck a waitress for Ribbon Reef. I was like, there's no possible way of doing this. Plus,
Were they really down to do
let me
it?
just get to the story though.
Okay. I have so many questions.
Part of this, okay, so I have a bit that I do about ziplining, but it's not the true story.
Okay.
The true story about the ziplining situation was we were in Tremblant, and one of the activities you can do is go ziplining. So I was the best man, and my friend is like just obviously just fucked up, like it's his bachelor party, like he can barely even walk. I'm like, why are we going ziplining? You know, like this is dangerous. You know, you can actually.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
He was hungover, or?
Well, no, it's the coke sort of solves that. No, he didn't do coke. I'm kidding, but like he was just he was not hungover. He was drunk pretty much every day.
Okay, he was. Okay,
We were drinking in the first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
first thing in the morning, I smoked a blunt and like did 2 shots of vodka, like and then had breakfast. You know what I mean? So anyway, then we're going ziplining, and there's a safety hook that you have to put on when you're on the platform before you then hook up the ziplining thing when you then go down the line.
Right.
So I'm responsible for like making sure he's like safe and shit, which makes no sense because I'm just as fucked up as him.
Yeah.
So
there was some people who work there.
There is a guy who gives you instructions. He was this very like, how should I say this, like frail little like French guy. He's like, okay guys, so pay attention. And he's like, try to be funny because your life is literally on the line. And then right after I'm just like, like I'm just like heckling the guy like, while he's giving us our safety instructions, you know?
Yeah.
So we get on the thing, half an hour into the ziplining course, I look at my buddy and I realize like he's never been using the safety hook. So every platform, which is about the size of this fucking table, you know, and then about below you was like 50 stories. Like I don't like you're high up in the trees and shit, you know. Yeah, this is not for kids. This is like an adult thing, you know.
I never for
or
one
maybe kids,
second thought it was
kids
for kids.
do it, but it's like a dangerous thing if you're completely
Right. Okay. So
inebriated.
he had the safety off the whole time he was doing
Yes,
it.
he was walking around with us, zip lining to the next platform, not putting on the safety hook, and luckily standing there and not wobbling off the side of the fucking platform. Then half an hour in, I'm like, yo, you didn't put the safety hook on. And then he was like, holy shit, you know, like what would happen if I fell? And then I was like, I don't know, I guess cartwheel at the last second. Right at the very last minute, you just do like a flip, a roll, like a cartwheel roll, and like maybe like not fucking die. I don't know. So that was me almost like basically not being as responsible as I should have been.
Right.
Thank God nothing happened.
Right.
Because then he would have ruined my weekend.
Okay.
Oh, and another thing I forgot to add.
Okay.
So this is just for anyone in life, whoever wants to try ziplining. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually going to do it again, but there's another place. I'm going to do it again sober. All right.
I want to come.
I'll be on Dilaudid or something. But,
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's not worth going. But there's one. Can I plug a name of a place? I'm not sponsored by them, but it's just a really cool place.
Yep.
This is me. This is their ad.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a Coca-Cola. I drink a Coke and I jump off the Empire State Building. You know, it's like, I'm the guy they pay to sponsor them.
Okay. So yeah, plug a company.
There's a place called, there's an even better one than, in my opinion, it's even better than Tremblant. It's called Tyro Park. I recommend all of you guys try it. It's like $70, but it's a hike. So you hike up a mountain.
I don't hike.
Okay. Okay, so we're not doing this? Okay.
I'm kidding. I'll hike with you. Yeah. Okay. So you hike. You hike.
No, I'm kidding. You know what would blow me on a mountain? Okay. No, listen. So the place is called Tyro Park.
Tyro.
Tyro Park.
Tyro. Yep.
Why do you keep changing the fucking name? Is that joke where I forget the joke again?
No, continue.
Okay, anyways, so
Okay.
so you do like this like 20-30 minute hike. Now I'm shortening the time so she agrees to coming with me. It's like a 20-30 minute 45.
It's a 4-day hike. You have to blow me every day.
Twice a day.
All right. Okay.
And if you don't, then I drive away on an ATV. And then I just abandoned you in the woods.
Okay. So then you go, and then you zip
Okay,
line.
then you zip line, but this one's even better. So so obviously I've done this, hence I'm not just fucking gonna profit. You know, I've actually been there already. It's like it's the highest altitude in Quebec, so you see like everything, which I don't know why that's interesting. It's just fucking trees. That's what they say. When you see everything, it's just trees everywhere. You know, you're not seeing like New York State. You know, it's just fucking Quebec, northern Quebec. But it is cool because you're very high up. But the problem is when they put the harness on for you. So this is why it's safer than Tremblant. The guy does everything for you. He puts on the safety thing. He puts on the harness. It's basically like idiot proof. You know what I mean?
Right. The way that things should be when you're,
I would agree,
zip
yeah.
lining 50 feet in the sky.
Yeah. Basically, I say it's activities for white people that have too much money, so they don't mind risking their lives.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you want it? But it's super fun. So they put the harness on, and my penis was stuck in the harness when he put it on, and it didn't feel like a big deal at first, you know. But when the zip line starts, now your body weight is holding you down, and this is unlike listen. And unlike Tremblant, you're not just like, okay, 5 seconds to the next platform, 10 seconds. This one's like a few minutes, where the entire time I'm like biting I'm like this, like for like 10 minutes because my penis is being suffocated. Yeah. So then I basically I think I temporarily damaged my penis.
Oh, shit.
And I actually went to a physiotherapist because I was terrified that I would never be able to get an erection again. Listen, they say wait a week, so I waited 4 days, you know? So anyway, I go to physiotherapist. So I go to physiotherapist. At the time I had insurance because I had a normal corporate style job at the time.
Right.
And there's literally just a woman who's analyzing my crotch or whatever, and she's moving my penis in a certain direction. Okay.
Were you guys on a hike?
It was at Saint Agathe de Mont. No, we were at. We were in an office, you know.
Okay. So she's moving around your dick.
Yeah, and she's like moving it sideways.
Are you getting hard at this point?
That's the problem. So I'm like, she's like, how does this feel? Like, does this, or you know? And then
Good.
she's like left, right. So and I was like, I don't know. Can you try up and down? maybe that will somehow solve this. And in the end, it was like what they refer to as a self-limiting condition, meaning like it just goes away on its own.
Okay.
But yeah, just be careful if you're gonna go ziplining and you happen to have, you know, a testicle and penis. Sorry, testicles and a penis. Fucked up the number there.
It happens.
Although one of my friends does have one testicle, so maybe he's not too worried about it. But yeah, you got to just be careful, man. Make sure it's inside the middle of the fucking harness. You know what I mean?
And not on the side.
What you have to do is the second
How
course.
painful was it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It was bad because it's like tight, you know? So like for the second course, I made sure to pull everything through my pants. So like I didn't care if everyone saw like this, you know, deceptive giant bulge, you know, because it wasn't like my cock and balls were a giant ball, but I pulled my pants out like in the middle to sort of make room, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was awesome. Yeah.
And then it was fun.
Yeah, then it was fun, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you
Super
sprained.
fun, yeah. I'll be back.
Is that your only dick injury you've ever had?
I mean, self-inflicted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't have too many dick injuries. Thank God.
Do you? I
Thankfully.
feel like you asked that question.
I've
If we're-
just.
I mean,
like-
we're here, so let's do it.
Yeah,
Have you?
I don't jerk off with lube.
Okay.
And I
Really?
just had
Why?
Are you supposed to jerk off with lube?
It's better.
or like moisturizer, like cream, you know.
no, I
you
buy
should-
lube for sex, and I just use it for myself.
That's kind of nice, though.
No, I
Do you
dry
ever
jerk.
feel like you're fucking yourself?
I feel
like I've done that. I would like fuck myself a few times.
Like, you get into it.
Like get into it. Made the
I had a
light.
dream
Like
that I
made the
fucked myself
lighting. Like the lighting. The light a candle. Like the whole like the
So
whole
you
9
really
yards.
pretend there's another guy in there with
No.
you, or girl?
No, I'm like fucking myself.
Okay. So if someone says, "Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself?" You're like, "I have, and I don't recommend it."
No, I really do. I
Okay,
recommend it.
okay.
The thing with jerking off dry is that like it gets a little sticky. Not sticky, but like not
Sweaty?
smooth to jerk. You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you're about to
Yeah. Are
finish.
you like? Doesn't it like? What's the word when it?
But no, because there's like a.
Okay.
It works.
There's a movement.
At first. It works.
Well, I'm thinking about anytime I've given a hand job, I'm not using lube.
You got spit there.
Yeah, sure.
It's huge. Oh, spit.
Okay.
But like not anymore. Like when I was a kid. Now it's like I don't want spit all over me. And I'll continue and I'll like chafe my dick
Yeah, chafe. That's the word I was looking for. Chafe.
to the point where like, you know, like it's not bleeding. But it's a little bloody.
Oh my goodness.
Or like the next day it's like a little red dot there.
Josh
you know?
is like, I get my period once a week.
But the problem is the problem is
Why
is
do
like
you make things harder for yourself?
but no, but it's like it's done. You already did it. You're gonna come here. I'm not gonna stop.
Okay.
Spit and
No,
fucking, and then
no,
like
I know.
if it's open, if I spit, it's gonna burn a little bit. I'd rather it just be this.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And
recommend
then like something
saliva.
you ate is in your spit.
Yeah,
like
horrible.
some Subway sauce is in there, and like
Yeah. And then
Southwest sauce.
the next few days, you don't stop jerking off, so you just make it worse until you literally have to stop jerking off. Because then, like,
Yeah.
And it just never ends.
you put your underwear on,
Yeah,
it fucking
because
rubs
you
against
what?
it,
It's
it
like
hurts.
it's like,
It's just like
you're just like building like a scabby
it's not
dick.
no. A dick is like, and also like
Does
it goes away
do
so
dicks
quick.
ever get scabs?
Could if
You
you're
could, but no, not mine. I don't,
if you're insane. I mean,
like I feel like scabs. Like I don't know. Like you're not cutting it open. Even that, it's not like a wound. It's not like a.
Right,
It's just like a
right.
little. It's like a carpet burn
Is
on
it
my
like
dick.
a bone or is it muscle?
No, it's cartilage.
So it's like an ear.
Yeah.
Yo.
I don't even know what it is.
Damn.
I just quoted Peter Bone. I don't even know what.
Watching again.
It is what it is. That's what it is, man.
Andrew Corey try and explain why people like anal or why dudes like anal
Yeah.
to Peter was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was trying to tell them they were
he a
like,
top
It's
or a
literally scientific.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Fuck. I'll give him a call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure bottom.
Okay.
But
Really? Are you just guessing?
No, we've talked about it, but
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure like.
Okay.
But I don't want to limit him, you know. Maybe he fucking takes over
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
I also met his partner, and I was
Yeah.
like, that guy's
Like people
fucking top.
change, you know.
People change.
People change. But so Peter's like,
Positions.
Andrew's like, you don't understand. It's an erogenous zone. And Peter's
It
like,
is.
erogenous motherfucker, what? And he was just so upset and he couldn't deal with it.
Erogenous.
And Andrew's like, no, you gotta try it. He's like, I'm good. It was so good.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay, so all of your stories were so great, but I got lost in the part where you were an asshole. Oh,
Yeah.
when you
Because I wasn't responsible for half an hour. The guy he literally could have fallen off a side of a ledge, and then I would get blamed by my friends. Like, why the fuck weren't you?
But it wasn't
I
your
was the
job to put the security on, was it?
But I was supposed to like supervise, you know.
Oh, right, because he was.
You know, it's like
he
having
was the groom.
It's like
so
if
you-
I was the designated driver, but I'm more drunk than you. You know. It's
right,
like,
right. Okay.
So, like, guys, I'm on Xanax. I don't care.
Yeah.
But okay, was there ever a time when you did something and you didn't realize you were being an asshole, and then someone came and was like, "No, you're an asshole."
I feel like I've blocked those out. No, I actually did something yesterday. Okay, this is I didn't have any plan on even bringing this up, but this is actually true story.
Okay.
100% not like this is completely exact to the T.
Okay.
This might be the randomest thing, but so last night I capitulated because I'm on the patch. I'm on the nicotine patch. Except yesterday I forgot to put my patch on, so I was fiending nicotine like crazy, right? So I just couldn't take it anymore. I drove to like Queen, like I'm not gonna give the location, but I drove to a certain street where I just know there's like degenerates hanging out.
Okay.
And I found some guy, but he looked like a rich kid, you know, he looked like he was in his early 20s. He was wearing like all decked out in like brand name stuff. And he looked like some like wealthy like Arab guy, like Prince from Arabia type of guy. He was talking to one of his friends. They had some cigarettes. I asked him for a cigarette, and he was probably drunk or something because he was like he's like, bro, I'll give you money, bro. I'll pay you as a taxi. Drive me around tonight. I'll pay you as a taxi.
What?
You know?
Why don't you just go get a cigarette?
Because if I buy a pack of cigarettes, then I'm not gonna. Then I wanted to stay off the cigarettes
Oh,
because
you want-
I have a patch on right now. I just needed one fucking cigarette.
Yeah, you need
understand?
one. Yeah.
So
Okay,
anyways,
that's fair.
I
that's
told him,
fair.
listen, I'll give you a lift. And because I'm a Jew, I was like, and you can pay me. Like, by the way, the drive was like 5 minutes away. So he could have walked, but this fat fuck was too lazy to just walk 5 minutes. So he's like, I'll pay you. When I ask for a cigarette, he gives me a cigarette right away, goes in a gas station. You want something? I was going to start ordering food. But I was like, all right, just give me an Esca bottle. We're good, you know? I take every opportunity.
Specific.
Yeah.
Just get me an
I want
Esca.
a Naya.
No, if he would have come up with one of those like Kush Tart
Dasani?
bottles, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, Esca. So then he comes back, he brings the Esca, we get in the car, and then he sees that I have that Fez hat from my friend's Moroccan Jewish wedding in the backseat of my car. He starts freaking out. He's like, no way, bro, do you know what that is? And I was like, what, some stupid costume from Moroccan Jewish weddings? Like, I thought it was a Jewish, because I told him I was Italian, okay? Because I thought maybe I could milk this whole situation into something where I'm more likable, just in case he maybe hypothetically he would have preferred Italian than Jew. That was my assumption.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
You know,
That's fair.
Given, you know, given the constant peril of the fucking Middle East, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, anyways, so I told him I'm Italian, but then I'm like, yo, but this Fez hat is just a joke, by the way. Here, check this out. I thought he would find it funny, you know?
Right.
He's like freaking out. He's like, you know, he told me that that his father's like a diplomat general. He's showing me all. He's like, has this award, this badge. He's like a high level guy, you know. And basically, he wanted to buy the hat off of me, and he was like, oh man, I need that hat. He's like, if you wear that in Morocco, he said something about how that hat represents. Listen, I don't know if this is true or not, but he said it represents something like important. you know?
Okay. Cool.
So a hat that you can buy at a costume store for like 50 cents, I sold it to him for like $20. I was like, yeah, I'll give it to you for $20. And he had the hat on. He gave me another cigarette, gave me like, you know, cash for the drive. He invited me in for a cup of whiskey. And I was like, no, I'm good. And in parentheses, I already just took 2 Xanax bars. Like, I don't want to pass out in this
Yeah.
Aladdin's fucking apartment building. You know what I mean? Anyway, so long story short, like I feel like I ripped him off. But at the same time, he's fucking belligerently drunk, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just the
So you
randomest
made
thing.
$21.50 on this hat.
Something like that. Yeah, I made a profit.
Nice.
I gotta say, the funniest part to me is like, yeah, I get just wanting one cigarette, but you're like, I'm gonna drive to the bad neighborhood. Like, you're not looking for crack or anything. You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm going to look for a like if you just walk down the street,
You
you'll
could have
find
gone to
someone
the
smoking.
suburbs. They
Yeah.
definitely would have had them.
Well, I was also going to a 24-hour pharmacy to get my meds and stuff. So like around
okay.
like where the McDonald's is and all that. And
Okay, that makes
I was like,
sense.
I'll probably find some random homeless guy who just smokes cigarettes, and then ended up finding this like guy who's like a rich son of a diplomat. And
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
regret
insane
not
wild
getting his
story.
number because like, dude, like I could have maybe associated. I could have been on a yacht right now. I don't know. You know?
Or you could have sold him more hats.
Yeah, dude, I'm just buying hats off of like HD Gate, like shitty Fez hats, and like, here, you want some more? And he's like, no way, bro. Where did you get that? You know,
You're like,
just
"Got
a total
special
rip
shipment."
off.
Wild. That's so crazy. I would never get into a stranger's car or ever drive them anywhere, but you did what you had to do for it. But okay, but you feel like the asshole because you upsold this hat?
Yeah, I upsold the hat. Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, he's not an asshole. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I
businessman.
respect you so much for that, honestly. Why not? Why would you not sell that?
Well, you seemed maybe.
Well, I'm not good at business.
And
so
maybe
I'm
maybe
actually
it
proud of
was.
myself.
You could have gotten more than 20.
And
Yeah, I
also
know, I
maybe
should've charged
it
100.
brought him
Yeah,
joy.
he
Like
literally-
he
Yeah.
brought joy to his life because he connected with his culture and he felt seen. Like he was like, oh, cool. Like you know what this is. Like
Dude, this guy was just drunk. I have no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
okay.
When I got
So
home
if he was
later,
more sober, would you have felt better about the deal? But because he
I
was
don't think he
drunk.
would have spoken to me if he was in the first place. Like,
Okay. So
Yeah.
you took
Basically, yeah,
advantage
that
of him
stupid
drunk.
hat came in handy. Finally.
So but this is a hat you wore to your friend's
Moroccan
wedding?
Jewish wedding, and they
Yeah.
and like like Moroccan Jewish people, just for context, never wear these hats unless they're at a wedding.
Okay.
It's not like apparently in other countries where it's a significant thing.
Right.
At a wedding we wear it for the purpose of just feeling like for the festivities of it.
Right. It's traditional. And it's
Super
just like,
fun, by the
Yeah.
way. Compared to a Sephardic Jewish wedding compared to an Ashkenazi Jewish wedding.
Agreed.
Yeah, like I
What's
had,
the difference?
I had more fun at the Sephardic. Why? Because I don't know. Like I guess
You have to leave soon, right?
I think it's because like at an Ashkenaz wedding, like it's more, everyone's very formal and taking this very seriously. Whereas at the Sephardic wedding, they literally bring you out. I have it on video where they bring out the groom and the bride people are holding it up.
Yeah. I've seen that.
On like an Aladdin style.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't know
seen
how to
that.
describe it. Platform. The guy's he's no longer wearing his wedding suit. He's wearing like
Yeah.
like an Arabia style costume.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a really fun experience.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't remember what I was going to ask next, I think.
I was at
great.
an Irish wedding once. They just had like dominoes, but
I mean, really, Domino's. I mean,
I'm kidding. Well, the
I
guy who was
feel
getting
like
married was a
it's more
comedian
like
as well, so that has
Jameson.
context.
Yeah. No, Irish weddings are very fun because everyone just gets super wasted. Like more wasted than
I
they
love
normally
tequila
would.
now. That's my thing now. That's my favorite shot.
Great drunk.
It's
I just
a
find it
good,
so
it's a good
easy.
upper.
Yep.
It's an upper. It's the only alcohol that's an upper. Because of
I don't know.
because of the agave. I don't know. I don't even know.
Or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you got it on lock, Samson. This was like so fun. You're so funny. You have so many stories.
Thanks. Listen, I had 2 egg sandwiches on the way here. So full of energy.
Yeah, you're hopped up on omega-3. You're like ready to go. Yeah, that's so good. How much time? What are we at time? 55. Okay, we got like 5 minutes. Josh, you can go anytime you need to.
Cool.
Yeah, I asked you your advice question. I asked that. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, is there ever a time someone was an asshole to you? Or like, what's the biggest thing? Or what's something that you don't like when people do to you?
Okay, can I give a couple examples?
A couple,
First
yeah.
thing, like I hate I don't know what the term for this is, but I call it comparative therapy. So let's say you're going through a bad way. You're at a low point in life. Then someone comes up to you and goes like, hey, Josh. Like, let's say you're homeless on St. Catherine Street with a tumor on your head. Hey, Josh. Hey, buddy. It's okay. At least you're on Canadian soil.
Yeah.
You could have been
Yeah,
in
it
Haiti.
could have been worse,
You could
yeah.
have been,
Yeah.
in some other country where things could have been worse. Like, how the fuck does that help you,
It doesn't.
Then you go to a guy in Haiti, and
It's
you're
like toxic positivity, really, is what it
yeah.
is. It
and it
is.
never ends. Like, then you go to some guy in Haiti, like, hey, buddy, even though you have, like, you're in poverty and you're on the Christian Children's Fund's ad on TV to donate money. At least you're not in the pits of hell being eaten by maggots. Like, you're not making anyone feel better.
No.
Then you go to hell, you find some guy in hell getting fucked in the ass by a demon. You're like, hey, buddy, at least you're not in Verdun. You know, it's just like it doesn't help.
No.
You know, so like that's something that was that your question was, what have I done as an asshole?
No. My question was
to
like,
me, sorry.
what are some things that you think are asshole? I think that's a good example.
I think that's a stupid thing people do.
Yeah, to relate to it. It's because they try and make you like, it's like they're like trying to put you in a different existence so that you feel like really good about your existence right now.
What I do is if I see a homeless person now, I buy them McDonald's. Simple.
Yeah.
I give them a fucking cheeseburger. I'm not buying them drugs, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Very simple,
know?
yeah.
And it's one thing that happened to me personally, like a specific example was, so I have like bladder issues, okay, which means I piss a lot, okay? I don't know if I have diabetes. I'm waiting to find out what the situation is. I have to test my insulin and all this shit. Hopefully not. But anyways, so I was at this clinic where the doctor's like, I think it was like I went to a private clinic because I'm a hypochondriac and I spent like $250. I wanted to just see someone instead of waiting 2 years on the public system.
Right.
I'm in the guy's office. He's like, look, okay, so you're pissing a lot. Your blood work looks okay. I mean, we don't have a CT scan or an MRI or nothing in here, so we can perform a digital exam. So I'm like, okay, what's a digital exam? Next thing you know, I'm laying on his table and he's putting his finger in my asshole, like checking my prostate. And all I'm thinking is there's nothing digital about this. Like, you could have literally done this in Osama bin Laden's cave. You could have, you know, and I'm just thinking like I feel like I was misled. And now, you know, okay.
You think you just wanted to finger your ass?
Well, on the bright side,
For $250,
well, you know what's funny? You say that. He said, I'm just going to use, this is verbatim. I'm just going to use my pinky. At the last second, okay, ring finger.
He's like, you got a loose ass. And he's
Maybe
like,
I have a loose ass. Anyways, we'll talk about it.
Oh my God.
We'll get into that in the next episode.
Yeah,
of
next
how
episode.
someone wronged me. but basically, it turns out he did confirm one thing, which is I most likely don't have prostate cancer.
Great.
But
Congratulations.
I did come down my thigh, so that is on my medical records now. If, I can't get life insurance now because of this.
Because you came.
I'm in a cubicle with a guy with a headset. Listen, what if you get hit by a car? Then you come down your thigh. I can't get life insurance now, you know?
Oh my God. Samson, dude, every time, thank you so much. You're such a delight.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah, it's a
gracing
pleasure.
us with all your stories. I think that's time, right, Deli? And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Josh, for being here all 4 episodes.
Thank you for having
You'll
me.
be back, I'm sure. And have a good week, everyone, or whatever. Have a good night or whatever.